and foreign-born black players. Well, Dennis Schroeder, born and raised in Germany.
Right.
So he is not African-American. He is foreign-born and raised.
Right.
Okay. So is that operating under the surface? I have no idea.
He's African-German.
Yeah, he's African-German. Okay. Well, he is.
Yeah.
So the point is, would that operate in Kyrie's psyche, that he would be slightly more offended that that came from a player who didn't grow up on U.S. soil and go through maybe in the United States what Kyrie had gone through? Well, I'm sure Dennis Schroeder went through his
Oh, yeah, in Germany, absolutely.
issues, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know that he would have been using that term of endearment
Right.
ending in A.
Right.
I don't know if he'd been using that a lot in Germany until he got to the United States.
Because guess what, Skip? He comes in and he plays an American sport in America, and guess what? That's the way the other blacks talk. So you're like, I'm black.
Okay.
Hey, let me get I want to be a part of the group too. Let me use it.
Okay. And he's been playing, what is he, 7 years
Yes,
in? So,
yes.
okay. So he's pretty steeped in it.
Yes.
So I would ask you as a player, if you were referred to as that term in the heat of battle by someone who grew up in Germany, would that be slightly more offensive? I doubt it. To you, it would be.
Nah.
Okay.
No,
all right.
it wouldn't
Could
be.
it be operating with Kyrie? I don't know.
Skip, it's hard to tell what's really operating with Kyrie, but just what we do know. Since the George Floyd, he's been a different individual.
Yeah.
Both emotionally, physically, psychologically. Outwardly, you can actually see the changes, the metamorphosis that he's gone through. And I have no problem with that. I think we should grow. I think we should evolve. And so he's looking at it and says, yes, I've used that word. But since I've become more enlightened, since I've become more educated, I've awakened, to use the term woke, I don't want to be referred to that. I want other people in my community to stop referring to one another in those terms. I don't know how much traction it's going to get, but I don't have any problem with him not wanting to use it and saying, guys, I wish we wouldn't use it. But like you said, Skip, we've been using it for so long and in certain groups.
Yeah. We
have a way of talking to one another. For you, I mean, you might refer to Ernestine as baby, hun, Suge. Another man can't come outside and refer to Ernestine like, well, wait a minute, what are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the language that you and Ernestine.
Or sometimes I might refer to her another way, and you better not.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not here to police how people talk to one another in a certain group.
I got it, and I'm with you. I get it. So one last reference to our man, Dr. Dyson, now Vanderbilt University, I should throw in. But he also pointed out that the old school hates the term in part because of its public use.
Right.
That, this is Dr. Dyson, I think that's what irks them the most. Something black folks shared among themselves has escaped our circles and gained worldwide notice, putting us on the spot and forcing us to choose sides within the black community. This has become such an issue for white kids who love rap music.
Right.
Can I? No, you can't.
Right.
You cannot.
Right.
You cannot sing or say those lyrics using even the word ending in A. You cannot.
Right.
No.
Right.
Even if it's if you're at a concert, you cannot.
Right.
I can't. Why not? They use it. Why can't? Well, you know why.
Right, exactly.
Okay. But it forces some old school, new school, if you will, I'm simplifying that, to choose.
Yes.
Whose side are you on?
Right.
You on Kyrie's side? You on the other side?
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Dyson. I think the thing is that, Skip, once we were using it amongst ourselves, we're at the picnic or we're at the cookout or we're amongst ourselves and we refer to each other. The outside world knew anything about it.
No.
But it's become so mainstream now.
It has.
You hear it in rap songs. You hear it in day-to-day conversation, especially like in sports. I'm sure some of the coaches cringe because they're like, man, I can't believe they're saying that. Because, and I've always tried, Skip, when I was playing, not to use it, but it's just...
Well, we've had incidents of white coaches reprimanding and penalizing black players for using that word in, like, team meetings, like in group meetings,
and they actually say the word. I'm like, oh, I know that was a record scratch.
Yeah.
And Skip, I think this incident marred the Lakers' best win of the season because it overshadowed what the Lakers really did to the Nets and how well they actually played from tip to the end of the ball game.
I got it. And yet Schroeder, after the game, apologized for getting kicked out.
Yes.
I hurt my team. I'm sorry.
Right.
I won't do it again.
Right.
And they did say, the referees said after the game in his explanation that Schroeder made a little gesture of waving goodbye to him, and that's
Really?
what got him kicked out.
Really?
But we couldn't find it on video. I didn't see it watching the game.
Right.
I don't know. It was pretty subtle.
Right.
But that's what the ref said he saw.
But I don't know why Schroeder got to take to begin with.
I don't
Kyrie
either.
walked up on him. And it's just so easy now, Skip, to give double text. Stop that.
Double text.
Somebody initiated. Stop the guy, get out my face and you double tee up everybody because you don't know who actually started. Either give somebody a tech or don't give anybody a tech.
And I do agree with your biggest picture point about the game. It was a 4-point game. It was a pretty interesting game at that point still.
Right.
Early third quarter. And then just because you want to head it off at the pass, you end up throwing both of them out of a game that already was missing too many stars.
Yes, exactly.
The bottom fell out of the game. And then it was hard to watch. It was great for the Lakers in the fourth quarter.
It wasn't hard to watch. It was very good to watch for me. Oh, big drum?
Well, how about Ben McLemore in the fourth quarter? He makes 4 threes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was laughing at our acquisition. Yeah, see?
Well, you had your one moment in the sun.
Startup. So that's what we do. We get on the bottom of these little startups. Ben McLemore, a little startup. Houston didn't want him. Cleveland didn't want big Shaquille Drummond.
Well,
but we got it.
Okay.
Watch what we do with it.
Well, Kyrie got us all after the game. Boy, that superseded everything.
You can't
posted that.
And these two guys, Skip, neither one had ever been ejected from a ball game.
No.
So, officials, you got to take all this. This is not a situation where you got hot. This is not a Rasheed Wallace, Dennis Rodman type situation where guys have had a history of getting ejected from the ball game. Or Patrick Beverly. This is not a situation like that, Skip. You can't be ejected on national, on AP. I mean, you're already like, Lord, we done stepped in one business. We got the Lakers Nets, and we expected James Harden, Kyrie, KD, AD, LeBron, yada. And we down to one. What was it? 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 6 minutes to go at the start of the third. Still, we down to one guy, KD, who's on a minutes restriction. So you looking at that, Skip, you like, okay, well, who out there for the Nets? Bruce Brown, LaMarcus Aldridge, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Lawawu Cabarrot. We got Taylor Horton Tucker, KCP.
Yep. Well, all I know is Kyrie's going to start a big conversation here that will continue on for several days among players.
Skip, I don't think the young guard is going to change. It's been so etched in their minds to speak to one another. Like I said, for us, it means different things. I guess a lot of words can have a lot of different meanings.
Yep.
We discussed the word last week, Skip, that a lot of people down in South Florida didn't know the original meaning of that word and that it was a derogatory term.
I got it. Last quick point to your point, speaking of our friend John Wooten. He did push back in 2015 ahead of the NFL season for a new point of emphasis on that word spoken black player to black player during games, the one ending in A, the term of endearment. Okay? And he wanted referees to lock in, to focus on, if you hear that word, I want a 15-yard flag because I can't stand that word. And it was a point of emphasis in week one, and some flags were thrown about it. And the refs finally threw up their hands and said, well, we can't make it a point of emphasis because you could be throwing a flag every play on it.
Every play.
Every play.
Yes.
And they backed off.
Yes.
But John tried. And to your point, it's so etched now in, it's just part of.
It's part of it.
Part of the lingo. It's just part of the conversation during a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, important discussion. Guys, we will get back to it later. But I know that Shannon was super excited about that Lakers win, and they did that without LeBron, who will reportedly still be missing 3 more weeks at this point. Will it cost the Lakers their prime playoff position? We're going to get into that. And plus, will adding Jadeveon Clowney get the Browns over the top? That is all coming up on Undisputed. Stick with us.
No mercy, no mercy.